dokie ulu. All my heart's for you, my wonderful fiance, Seamus. Hello, friends. Happy Sunday. Unless it's Monday. Unless it's Monday for you, because I know I got a couple of you who decided to just live in the future from me, and it's already Monday. R.I.P. to you folks. I hope you're having a decent Monday and not a shite one. Oh, my lord. How dare, right? How dare. I am watching frames drop here and there. What the hell indeed, Seamus? I'm watching frames drop here and there. Hopefully we smooth out and hold steady. Seamus literally went to Spectrum yesterday and got the router and the modem replaced because the tech that we spoke to, or he spoke to rather, on Friday night said that there was packet loss between the two pieces of equipment, but that this should solve it. And to say I'm frustrated is an understatement. To my quiet lurkers, I appreciate you. I see you. Thank you for your quiet lurks. Congratulations to Seamus on being the official first. We've got Pepperoni coming in with the official second, and Suspenders with the official third. Congratulations to you. And you replaced the cable between them. Yeah, hi Hemlock. Hello Dova. I saw you up in there chatting about kiddos and stuff and things. And showers. Oh my god, refreshing showers. Oh, hi there, Jazz. You did sneak in there. Dova did sneak in there. Everybody's sneaking in, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. What I'm not here for are the frame drops that need to just, like, go the fuck away. I know Twitch was having server issues recently with US East, but they're supposed to be fixed. She met Sean Astin today. You're definitely not jealous of her? No, definitely not, Jazz. Definitely not. There's no need. No need to be jealous of your sister. Absolutely not. Seamus is also not jealous of your sister. Totally. Ouch. That bitch. I remember we spoke about these people. I've already forgotten what movies and stuff that they were in. But I know they're important to you. My brain is just not good functional for this kind of stuff. Toxic. Listen, Seamus. Right, Firefly, thank you. Yeah. It was a good conversation. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was a fantastic conversation. I just have no memory for celebrities whatsoever. Never have, probably never will. That one, I remember that Sean Astin is from Lord of the Rings, because I know that we got, and I think it was Sean Astin that we got this year for Epic Type Pants for her birthday. All of us mods went in to get one of those like birthday messages from that app that lets you like actually have them record like an actual video message. I don't know the name of the app. I've already forgotten. Like, again, I'm terrible with this stuff. Or Doug from 50 First Dates, or Bobby from Stranger. Oh, I know Stranger Things. I've forgotten most of the characters, but I know Stranger Things because Stranger Things is the show that I can smell. Holy shit. I've only seen season 1 of Stranger Things, so just caveat, but he's the mom's boyfriend. Gotcha. But my god, when the first episode showed up on my screen and it was just like all the yellowed walls and furniture and the ashtrays everywhere and people just smoking like chimneys, I was like, I can smell this show. I can smell this show. The throwback, right? Right? And I love it. I love it too because I really appreciate a show without modern technology. I really appreciate watching that struggle. There's just something about it. There's just something about watching that struggle, and you're just like, I lived through that. I remember being tethered to the wall when I wanted to chat with my friends on the phone. They really did, Jazz. They really did do a phenomenal job taking you back to, I want to say, was it early 80s it was supposed to be in? I think it was supposed to be staged in the early 80s. But of course, early 80s means that all of the houses had like that 50s to 70s feel to them. Because that's approximately when they were like built and some of the stuff installed, and people may have inherited it from their parents or what have you. Early to mid 80s. Yeah. And I was born in 89. My mom, she was the 80s. Obviously, she was more of like a late 60s, early 70s child. And I was like a late 1990s to early 2000s child, based on when you would have had your most formative years and solid memories, right? But my mother, oh my God, she was the 80s. She wanted big hair. She wanted going out partying, all of the heels and the wild clothing. Like, she was the 80s. But her mother clearly tried to keep up with the times to an extent and made it to somewhere in the 60s and 70s, and that's where the house stayed. Like, I'm pretty sure there are patterns that are in Stranger Things on the couch and like other furniture that I distinctly remember also being in my grandmother's house on my mom's side. My grandmother on my dad's side, she definitely came more into the late 80s, early 90s, and then stopped. She had a more chic vibe to her house than my grandmother on my mom's side, who it was very obvious that she loved travel and swing dance and, for lack of a better word, like gypsy things. I know gypsy is not a great term, but I don't know a better word for it. But it's like the big costume jewelry, bright patterns, like eclectic music, things like that. But at the same time, her house was all of those like yellows and oranges and the smell of cigarettes and ashtrays and wood furniture. Like, it was such a menagerie. I'm the same age as Mr. Suspenders. There we go. We had a panel. The panel walls and the shag carpet. Yes. Hi, Lunar Cat. Welcome in. Nomadic free-spirited life. That's a great way to put it, Jazz. Thank you. Yeah, like, brain, no function. Brain no function at all today. Like, brain struggling. Free-spirited is another great way to put it. Yes. But they're like, I feel like free-spirited in today's term means something very different from what it meant, God, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Oh my Lord. Which is why it's hard to describe. It's very hard to describe. Exactly. Facts, Jazz. Facts. Oh my goodness. And my brain, to give you a perfect example of my brain just not functioning for this past week. So I had done my nails last Sunday to take part in a collaboration. Yes, go do the school drop-off, Suspenders, safe travels. And I like to record videos of how I do my nails. That way I can put shorts up. I have an entire nail art YouTube channel that I'm providing like tutorials on how I did my nails. And my brain was like, no work, only procrastinate. Yeah, exactly. It means you get it. Exactly, Lunar Cat. It had such different meanings. And Like, I would go so far as to say, like, boho vibes, but boho back then and boho now, very, very different. This game's way too complicated for you right now, Nova. I bet you're very elevated and there's nothing wrong with that. But, so, video-wise, I procrastinated till today, and I was like, girl, if you want to do this video and have your nails be painted in it with the same pattern that you're putting onto these fake nails, and oh, by the way, if you don't want it to stack so that you have multiple videos that you need to record and like put that personal pressure on yourself, you need to get it done. So I literally woke up today, did a little stretching, and sat down to record that video. And like, I got them done. They look beautiful. So this will be, you know, the video that comes out eventually, sometime this coming week. They're very cool. I really like them. But that shoved me back. Gypsy, and then they had a very nomadic life, and that was free spirit due to that. Exactly, Jazz. Right? It's super pretty. Your parents made sure you knew the world. There you go, Lunar. There you go. Yeah, so I recorded that video, and then I was like, all right, I really want to keep my walking going because I want to make sure I keep my step count at 4,000 or higher. Yesterday's walking was a disaster and a half. I'll explain that in a minute. But it's getting dark out earlier, so if this were the summertime, I would have been able to stream, do the whole shooting match, and then go for the walk after because it would be light out until 8 or 9 o'clock at night. You guys, it is presently 4:30 in the afternoon for me, and the sun is damn near gone. There was no waiting until after stream to do the walk, so I had to do the walk before stream. I finished up with a nail art video around 12:30 in the afternoon. It's not a huge deal, but I'm going for like 30 to 40 minute walks. So health is more important than stream, so I went and took the walk. Got back around like 1:15. Needed a shower. Took a shower. Had some food. Like, it just struggle after struggle. And then I decided last minute that I just was not feeling Phasmo-inspired nails, and I had to completely change the plan. So I spent an hour trying to figure out nail polish colors and patterns and everything else. My brain is just not a fun place right now. Yeah, it's dark at 6 p.m. now, right, Jazz? And it's only gonna get worse. You like the dark, Lunar? And see, I don't mind the dark. I just don't want to walk in it, especially because it's friggin' cold. It was, I think when I sent the snap out to my friends who are keeping up with this like health journey, it was 38 Fahrenheit, which was like 4 Celsius. It was cold, and it's rainy today, so it's like dreary and overcast and just not fun. It's just not fun. So I needed to get it all in. I needed to squeeze it in. And so I was like, you know what? Stream is just going to have to be pushed back. I will get to stream. It's just not going to be at 2 p.m. like I planned. Plans out the window. Shoop, time to free ball. That's exactly it, Jazz. That's exactly it. And I've been trying to decide, because I know one of the most important things for streaming is consistency and being on time when you say you're going to be there. And I have been absolutely miserable about it, specifically on Sundays. And so I'm trying to determine, is it mental health procrastination, or is it I'm still learning my own timing, or is it 2 p.m. is simply too early, push it back? Right now, I'm leaning towards one of the first two and not the 2 p.m. is too early, because I don't think it's that 2 p.m. is too early. I am waking up in time. I think it's just my need to procrastinate is getting in the way, and I'm shoving everything until the last minute. And I really always assume I'm going to be quicker at setting up than I actually am. So I think I just have to really finagle the timing. Girl, my walk starting Monday will be after 8 p.m. Are you walking outside? But mentioning my schedule, when Fool ends his thing, you'll go for your walk Mondays and Thursdays. You know what? More power to you. You must be Pacific time. You must match Fool, because when Fool ends for me, it's 11 p.m. Look at George. He cancels, but also real life takes priorities, and we understand even if we troll him. And I appreciate that, Jazz. I really do appreciate that. You set timers for everything. And you know, Lunar, I may have to start actually timing things, and I may have to try to be a little bit more self-disciplined if I want to be more on time than I have been, to make sure I get where I need to be on time. And I just realized in my absolute flurry of trying to be ready, I did not grab cotton balls or cotton pads. Her alarm is Fool singing Golden. Oh my god, I'm here for it. He lives, guessing from what he says, less than 2 hours from you. Dang, it's a small world, right? I never want to seem parasocial to people, but there is this one person that I follow on Instagram for nail art, and she mentioned a very specific theater that's 30 minutes from me that she was just at to watch Wicked, and I was like, girl, I think we're neighbors. And I don't want to come across as parasocial, but it's always just so mind-blowing to me when out of everybody in this big wide world internet, you find the one person that's like 5 minutes from you. Seamus brought me cotton balls and cotton pads. He loves me. Jazz has heard you with your timers going off in VC in the past. That's so funny. That's so funny. Who is now watch K-pop Demon Hunters? You love it even more. Yes, I'm here for it. I haven't watched that movie yet, but I've heard the music is phenomenal. It's like, oh, hi, fun fact versus I want to cross. Exactly, Jazz. That's exactly it. Because I don't want to cross any boundaries. You know, if this person just responded back, like they have not responded, and that's totally fair. If they don't feel comfortable, right? They don't want to confirm or deny anything, and I get it. No worries. But if they did respond back and they were like, that's so cool, I love that theater, and that was the end of our conversation, I would be totally fine with that. I don't want to know address. I don't want to know face. And that's the big thing, right? The only way I could identify this particular person is if I stared at the nails. And nails are not something that you're going to just immediately from across the street be like, oh my god, I recognize those. So I would not be able to pick this person out in a crowd. No way. Not unless I saw their hands up close and personal and was like, oh, I recognize these from Instagram. So the chances of me being able to be super parasocial, slim. Very slim. Yep. Hey, neat, we live near each other. That's exactly it. Same. He said something about something about 45 minutes away, being like so many minutes from him, and you were like, oops. Yeah. That's the way it goes sometimes. And that's why, too, I'm somewhat careful about how many landmarks I give out on stream. Because I know how it goes. I know how easy it can be for somebody who is harboring less than good intentions to just be like, oh, they talked about this place, and this place. Let me triangulate, and oh, here's this photo that they stuck in their Discord. Bam, this is where you live. And I hate to feel that way about people because I genuinely want people to just be good people, but there are jerks in the world. Let me just stuff these over here. They can live over there for right now. I did it. Short arms made it work. They made it work. Yeah, so I definitely feel that line is very narrow. But going back to walking, more power to you, Lunar, that you can walk in the dark, because that is not me. I am too afraid that with the kind of people that live in my area who are not so savory, I wouldn't make it home. Jazz can tell you I'm about boundaries. Like, something happened this last week and Fool DM'd me. Everybody knows how he does not let anyone in his DM. So after the short conversation, I closed out the DM to close and protect his boundaries. I then opened a mod mail ticket telling him thanks and telling him you closed the DM for his peace of mind because respect. You were in VC the whole time with Jazz. Then that's fantastic. Like, absolutely, you don't want to cross anybody's boundaries. You have to be careful, but then you also wind up with people you can trust too, and you make genuine friendships. Exactly, Jazz. Exactly. And that is why I have private areas for the people that I'm like, yeah, I know you're not going to hunt down my address and come stalk me and mail me a glitter bomb. We're good. If you want to mail me a bag of dicks, like, that's fine. But glitter bombs are crossing the line. Okay, I don't need art herpes in my life involuntarily. If I want art herpes in my life, I will go get them myself. Because art herpes be like that. They be like that, you know? They're a problem. They're a problem. Oh my goodness, what the heck, Hera? Oh, she's full of beans. Hera is full of beans. You'll send me a bag of dicks before glitter bombs. Perfect, Jazz. Excellent. That's what I want. Jazz, can I mail you dicks? Have you never seen that ability? Like, there's an entire website built around mailing people candy dicks. A whole website. Those are all the peeps we know IRL, so there's exactly. We know them IRL, or they're people, like I would say Jazz. Jazz, you are a very safe person. I know you. I chat with you. We have good conversation. I know Suspenders pretty well. Suspenders is one of the few people that has my address because Suspenders mailed me the golden syrup, for which I am eternally grateful. And castor sugar. Castor sugar is a little easier for me to get my hands on than golden syrup, but, like, it's a thing. Your glitter bomb would be confetti dicks when you open the chocolate bag of dicks. And it would be so funny. Yeah, the two things in life I feel like that are rude to just give somebody out of thin air that they're not expecting is glitter, and specifically the cellophane Easter grass that you stuff in Easter baskets, because that shit static clings in all of the weird places and never goes away. It never goes away. Oh my God, it was the worst when you would be digging in your Easter basket, like, at least for me, growing up as a kid. You dig in your Easter basket for the damn jelly beans that inevitably are either encapsulated in a wad of this cellophane Easter grass, or they're all the way at the bottom. And the grass stuck to your hands, it stuck to your clothes with static cling. It just staticked, and you could not get it off because you couldn't discharge the static electricity. That's true, you did, Jazz, you did. Yeah, you hate that shit? Exactly, like, miserable. It's miserable. Not gonna lie, though, I may have wrapped somebody's gift in a whole bunch of that type of Easter grass once. I forewarned the parents, though. I did it to a child, and it was hilarious. And I made sure the parents were okay with the mess that was going to have to be cleaned up with. Crazy guy, hello, welcome in. I have to say sorry to my friends I'm sending holidays cards to. They have some sparkles that will fall off. And you know what? I expect it on holiday cards. I expect it on all holiday cards because cards love glitter. They just do. You would do the same though, right? Right? And it, oh my God, it was great because I gave her nail polish for her 18th birthday. And I got her like 4 or 5 bottles, and I picked out a bigger box. I stuffed it to the gills with Easter grass, and then I individually wrapped each box of nail polish, and I stored them somewhere in the menagerie of the Easter grass. So not only did she have to individually unwrap every single nail polish, but she had to fish them out of the Easter grass first. The only way I could have made it better was if I had completely wrapped the box with duct tape, before I had wrapped the big box with wrapping paper. Sparkles on holiday cards, that's fine and expected, but you refuse to make someone lose their rent damage deposit because of, yeah, glitter bombs can be really bad. They can be really bad. How about while we keep talking, I'm gonna bring you guys over to this screen where like my hands can be seen, because we can totally chat and paint nails at the same time. I am so easily distracted, but day 2 of the ADHD testing is Thursday. I have a very busy week, actually, which is not a bad thing, but it's definitely going to make it interesting to get walks in. Oh, I was going to tell you guys about yesterday's disaster of a walk. I was going to tell you guys about that. Holy shit. This is acetone, by the way, for cleaning up. Yesterday, I took off to go for a walk, and Seamus was inside, and I thought he was just going to be chilling inside, so I didn't realize that he followed me. And I wanted to take a route that, like, I knew where all bits, pieces, and ends of the road were. I knew where I would end up, but I had never traversed this road before. And I made a very big mistake. The road that I ended up taking was all uphill. It was a mile of walking uphill. Because instead of going straight up to the intersection that I knew it came out on, no, it was a road that, like, I thought it would make like a perfect intersection like this, right? No, it was like, whee, and then came out. So it was a mile uphill. We ended up walking, so we've been both going anywhere between like 1.5 miles to 2 miles lately. We went almost 3.25 miles, one of which was entirely uphill. Now, I'm already dealing with shin splints. I am working very hard to remedy my shin splints. This was the worst idea that I could have ever had. And imagine my surprise when so if you walk backwards when you're going up a hill, it can take some of the stress off of your legs for a moment. Imagine my surprise when I turn around to do that, and there's Seamus, like, probably 100 foot behind me. He knew he was in trouble because he's trying to keep up with my step count. We were doing, like, challenges in an app called Garmin Connect, and he had regrets. He had regrets following me when I made that left-hand turn. You're shocked you're not sore today? Yeah. If you have an evil X, you're sending fucking glitter, and it's the biodegradable kind, and tons of it in boxes and envelopes. Lunar, that's so funny, though. That's so funny. Yeah, you were the creepy stalker. Yeah, so that was a mistake. And after that, I ended up with swelling in my right ankle. So the road that I picked as well, because I had never driven it, I was not aware of this, but it kind of, it has like a shoulder that, no lie, is maybe this big, which is like a foot, maybe a foot, because my 2 feet could stand on the shoulder of the road between white line and edge of pavement. And that was it. So anytime a car came, of which there were a surprising amount of them, I wasn't expecting that, we had to get off onto the grass. And I'm pretty sure at one point I may have turned my ankle. Whoops. She's hiding a body. It's probably yours. I wouldn't have to hide your body because you would have died of natural causes. Walking. It's deep in the lore. It's you, but it's only a copy of you that she's burying. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No burying of Seamus. He told me he's gonna live to be 120. He's gonna live to be 120. But yeah, so that was a mistake. So today when I went for my walk, I very purposefully avoided any steep hills, any hills at all if I could get away with it. And I took the flattest route. I went for a little bit of a shorter walk, and to extend it a bit, I just walked through a local cemetery because 2 things. 1, I didn't have to deal with any traffic that way. And 2, the fact that I was walking on like grass and like dirt paths, because it's a very, very old cemetery. There's very little bit of it that's paved at this point. Meant that it was gentler on my knees because the ground is a little bit spongy, right? It forgives a little bit better than pavement. So my legs feel a lot better from that. You're a zombie. You're a zombie. All right, so I've dehydrated my nail beds, if you were wondering what I was doing there with the cotton pad. So now they look real special. They look real special here. We're all sorts of like dried out and fucked up. We are gonna do what's called a skittle. I'm only going to be walking around your apartment complex for the time being. See, that makes perfect sense. We are 2 blocks from the really affluent people and 2 blocks from the people who like to spray paint buildings as a pastime. So, I don't walk after dark. I just don't. It's not safe. It's probably barely safe to walk by myself, but nobody bothers me in daylight. So a skittle is where every nail is a different color. And some of them are monochromatic. Some of them do like a hue-based rainbow. Some of them play with the color wheel a little bit more creatively, but I wanted fall colors. So I'm starting off, let me turn these so that they're the right way for you. I'm going to start off with this beautiful, I call it like a school bus yellow. Yeah, we're halfway between rich and ghetto, basically. I live in a small town, don't walk after the dark unless it's somewhere very close by. Yeah. And when we do finally move back to where I want to live, in the middle of fucking nowhere, bless, where there's more trees than people, we won't be walking after dark for a very different reason, and that reason is wild animals. Because it will be a thing. So this is called Butterscotch Hop. It came out 2 or 3 years ago for a fall collection, and it's so delicious. It's so yummy. So we're going to be doing that for a yellow. And then for an orange, I've used this before fairly recently. This is from a different autumn collection called Oh My Gourd. It is definitely a quintessential like Halloween color. I did it for my striped specters nail art, which, did I do that one on stream? I think I did that one on stream. You hear coyotes a lot? Yeah. Yep, we have coyotes where I would like to be. Coyotes, bear, deer, coy dog. We've got probably here and there might be wolves, even though they say otherwise. They tell us that there's no mountain lions, but there are absolutely mountain lions. We've seen them. We've got like lynx and bobcat and stuff like that. So while most of it will not bother you, why take the chance? You think you might start painting your nails again in December? Hell yes, Lunar. I'm here for it. Coyotes, bear, raccoon, deer, rats, minks. Yes, exactly. We've got foxes. We got raccoons. We got minks. We got all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Things you don't want to tangle with. In the middle of this, we've got this really bright red. This is called Hot Take. I don't know which of these polishes, by the way, are still available and which ones have been discontinued. Going into more of like the dying leaves colors, like the really dying leaves, I have this beautiful terracotta color, which is called Brick Wall. I don't even remember what collection this came out in. Like some of these I got and then didn't use, and I don't remember when they came out or with which collection. Skunks and porcupines, yep, that too. Nothing fancy, but you just like to do more self-care time. And you know what? I support that. Self-care time is so important. You can't afford Holo Taco. That's fair. That is fair. This is my one splurge addiction. I love Holo Taco. I started collecting it before like job went kind of sideways-ish, but I have literally everything, so I feel like I can't stop. You just joink your sister stuff? Hell yes. And then this one, this was the color I grabbed first, and started figuring out what went with it. This is from the same collection as Butterscotch Hop, if I remember right, and it's called I'm Over Brew. And it's just this like really beautiful purpley fuchsia-y red. So we're going from a beautiful like orangey yellow into that fuchsia-y red. And then on top of that, we're going to be stamping some plaid. Let me spin this. I always forget that this is upside down to me. So we're going to work with these two patterns. Try to get these not totally in the glaring light. And I was testing just to make sure that it was going to look good as best I could. So this is Maniology Stamping Plate M267. The Holo Taco lines are so beautiful. She really she pulls out all the stops for her collections. She really does. There's very few collections that come out where I'm like, meh, not my favorite. I like it, but not my favorite. And some of it is just formula dependent. Like the colors are good, but I'm not a fan of the formula. When I used to get gel nails, my nail tech used Ugly Duckling nail polish, which was also beautiful collections. I've never heard of Ugly Duckling, but I haven't really gotten into gel either. So stamping wise, it's going to be these two colors. And you might be looking at this purpley pinky color and going, weird, but I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work, okay? So these are Maniology stamping polishes, very specifically. They're built to be used in stamping plates. We've got Maple B301 and Nightingale B424. And they're all going on my nails. Every last color. Every last color will be on my nails. It's going to be glorious. We're going to do all the beautiful art. Because I love nail stamping because it's simple. It's a very simple way to jazz up your fingers. I already read that. I saw the message and I was like, did I miss something? No, I did not. Brain, calm down. Don't be too much of an overachiever. I think my brain is just in overdrive. It's just an overdrive. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm making for my family for Christmas and Yule. Terrible. Because we're already into November and I have cookies to bake in December. Like I am literally running out of time. Oh my goodness. And I still have Seamus has to finish up the holiday card and get it scanned for me so that I can color that in. Yep. Who knows? Maybe one of the nail art streams will become a watch me color this digitally stream. Or maybe I'll do it in Discord. I haven't decided yet. So, apologies. This light is going to shake like a hypothermic person. My mom and dad's gift is in your room as you speak. I love that. See, you're ahead of the game. I'm not. I'm going to be starting out with smoothing base from Holo Taco because I have ridges in my nails. You can probably see that a little bit. My nails, I've buffed them down. So they're normally more pronounced, but I have hit them with a little bit of a buff. I have Hashimoto's thyroiditis. It's an autoimmune disease, and it does cause my nails to be a little bit rippled. That and this beautiful line right here, that's from an injury I sustained. I damaged the cuticle bed. I also know my gifts are at my mom and dad's place as we speak. My family are always ahead of the curve. Man, I need your family to help me get with it. I need them to help me get with it so that I can be ahead of the curve. All right, let's put on a base coat. I always start by using my left hand to do the painting because I am right hand dominant. So it's so much easier, if you don't know this trick already, to go from your non-dominant hand being the one painting to your dominant hand. Rather than the other way around, because you're basically going from this is not comfortable to easy squeezy. You're completely unprepared for Christmas, Kodachi. I have plans in place, kind of. But I'm mostly unprepared. Also, welcome in, Kodachi. How are you? I saw your latest weave. It was very cute. I had never thought to try and find all of the, she calls them, microflake formulas. Is that what she calls them, I think? Get all the excess base coat off of my skin. Yeah, oh my gosh. I always feel like I have so many ideas for what I want to do for Christmas right up until holiday season, and then I forget everything. I also know I'm going to be leaning out of frame a lot. I debated on moving my camera again like I sometimes do, and I'm not going to lie, I can't be bothered. I cannot be bothered today. You're here for the nails. 4 different names for them on their website. Oh my, are you serious? Are we sure it's all the same? I mean, I trust you, but I just have to wonder if it's really all the same formula. If they have 4 different names, it's wild. That is wild. It's a really pretty formula. And I feel like, because I feel like it's similar to the frosted metals in a way. But I feel like it's not going to be prone to tarnishing the way the frosted metals do. Dude, my holiday cards are filled out. You only need 3 stamps on 1 card and they will be sent out Saturday. You're so... Can you, like, just organize my life, Lunar? Can you be, like, my personal manager? You're so on top of it. I'm so impressed. Send them out on the same day in November because you have friends around the world and you want them to all get Oh, that's clever. You have no clue. They look good together. You know what? Fair. Fair, Kodachi. They do look good together. I can't wait to see what she comes out with for the Advent calendar. They just announced that collection is coming out Saturday. I'm very intrigued. Of course, I wish as Hollow Royalty we got a little bit more of a heads up about collections coming, because I like to, if possible, push back my starting time at my office by about an hour to give me a chance to just order the collection so I don't have to think about it. And of course, I'm working this Saturday and she just made the announcement. And I was like, dang it. Oh well. I know there will be plenty of collection. I'm that person. The mini... Wait, what do you mean? Did I miss part of the announcement? Mini bottles? My 2026 goals are listed. My no buy, low buy rules are made so that in December you don't have to think. You like to be lazy in December. God, you're smart. Lunar, you are goals. You are goals. Girl, I'm jealous. I want to be that organized. And I know it's possible. I just have to, put effort into it. Which, good luck, brain. I'm doing that. Again, if I get diagnosed with ADHD, will not be surprised. And it will be very informative on what I need to do to come up with succinct workarounds. You can see the mini bottle info on the Holo Taco post. Oh, see, I didn't actually read the post. I got the email and I saw some of the pictures. So I'll have to go take a look. I'm interested now about the mini bottles. Like, curious. Very curious. I wonder. Yeah, right now my only goal-wise for me, is to just maintain my step count. I don't want to break my step count streak. I think I'm up to 12 days almost. So my step goal is 4,000 steps a day, because for me, with a very sedentary life, up until, fairly recently, that's a good goal. I'm more than doubling what I would typically do in a day, so that will help with my activity levels. And then I'm hoping that maybe come January, because December's gonna be interesting with cookie baking and everything, right? I'm hoping that come January, I am consistent enough with the 4,000 that I can up it to 5,000. I have to. It's how you keep sane and healthy. It took you early 19, like 40 years to get to this point. You know what? Everybody's journey is a different length. But I'm happy that you've made it to that point. Like, I'm happy for you. And you're able to help spread wisdom and knowledge about it. And offer, you know, what guidance you can to other people who maybe are dealing with similar struggles. So yeah, my first goal is walk more. Like, really hone in on sticking to it. I'm gonna try on Monday to incorporate some like strength training type things with body weight exercises. And be doing that a couple times during the week. And then from there, just like really prioritizing my health because I want it back. Like, I want to take my life back. I don't want to be a slave to feeling like shit all the time and feeling tired and fatigued and just otherwise miserable. And I figure getting my body to behave is going to require getting my body more healthy than it is. Because I'm a very unhealthy 36-year-old lady. I'm a very unhealthy 36-year-old lady. I will admit that. Even though my blood work doesn't 100% show it, I can see it by my weight. I can feel it by my brain. So, small changes will cascade into big changes. I just have to be, like, I have to really remind myself that I didn't. And this is something I tell clients too with massage when they're like, how long will it take to work this out? I didn't get here overnight. I didn't just wake up one morning and weighed 40 pounds more than I ought to weigh. I got here over the span of like 5 years. 5 years of negligence. Minimum. More than that, really, because I put the last 20 pounds on in the last 2 years, but prior to that I had put like 20 or 30 on that I didn't want in probably like 7 or 8 years. So it's just like it was creeping until it exploded, and I can't reverse that in a week. I can't not reverse that in a month. All of these apps that give you like hope of you can drop all of that weight before bikini season of 2026. No, that is not how it's going to work. Not if I do it healthily. I mean, maybe if I could manage to drop 5 pounds a month, I could possibly be looking a lot better by then. But the reality of it is, it's going to take a lot. You are where you're meant to be. She said 1 goal. 3 on that list. Don't push too hard, right? You'll never fit in your bikini, Fool. Oh, no. Hi, Fool. How are you? Welcome in. How goes it? Yeah, so I'm trying to not be too hard on myself. It's not easy. It's a sexy bikini, Fool. Working and lurking, but you had to chime in. Listen, I love a good work lurk. I work lurk a lot of people. Because, I don't know. There's just something about having a stream open that I can engage in when I want to. As like a co-working buddy. If that makes sense, I'm sure it does to a few people anyways. Even if they're gaming. Like, I never feel more inspired to do crafts than when I'm sitting in your stream, Pool, because of all the crochet talk. Just not feeling the best. Aw. Yeah, I very much want to drop a little weight. I just want to look happy for myself. Exactly. Yeah, you do have a wedding to start thinking about, which is so exciting. Yeah, and weight loss is hard. Like, not gonna lie, weight loss is really hard. It's so easy to just eat the ice cream and pack it on. Taking it back off is not. So yeah, my first step was walking a lot more and it's the Garmin Connect app. So like, before I put paint on my nails, I have a Garmin watch. I can actually show you here. And it tracks literally, like, it's not on my wrist right now because I don't like feeling things here when I'm setting them down. It tracks everything for me. No, don't go to sleep. Thank you. So it tracks my steps. It tracks your heart rate, how many intensity minutes you've gotten, which are good for maintaining health and making changes. Your body battery, health restorative value, which I don't know what that is, but I track it. Your sleep score, did you nap, how much sleep does it think you need, and then I've got like recovery and weather and stuff like that. So like this is really handy, and it lets me do activities and stuff, and then it connects to an app on my phone called Garmin Connect. And Garmin Connect, I found out recently, if you have other friends with a Garmin watch, you can connect with them and link up and do like step challenges and shit. And I've never been more motivated than wanting to see my name in #1 on the step challenge. Like, it's not a competition where there's a winner or a loser, but I want #1. Okay? I want it real bad, and I'm tired of being in last place. Most of your 3 pounds Halloween candy did not go to the kids. Oh, I feel that, fool. I feel that. Tamiti, hello, welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, Mr. Pay. I love when my smartwatch tells me that I have elevated stress levels when I do absolutely nothing. Oh my god, Kodachi, isn't that the best? You love your Pixel Watch for that reason. It connects through Fitbit and Google Health. Excellent, yes. And I really, like, I can be a staunch, like, naysayer to technology because sometimes I feel like it's very intrusive, but smartwatches are fantastic. I love the main reason why I got this watch, and I've had it for like a year and a half now because I got it for my birthday 2024. The main reason I wanted it was because I wanted the reminders to get off of my ass and move, and that is one of the things that it does. But now I yell at it when it tells me that, and I'm literally driving to work, and I'm like, watch, shut the fuck up. I'm driving right now. You have a GPS and can you not tell we're going 60 miles an hour? There's no way I'm getting up to move around and be active at the moment. Dude, have you seen Pikmin Bloom? It's like Pokemon Go, but just about planting flowers, growing No. No, I have not seen Pikmin Bloom. Hold on. Oh man, my phone is... Shoot, my phone is what's doing this. I'm gonna have to go look up Pikmin Bloom because I loved Pokemon Go, and I ultimately stopped playing Pokemon Go because I was starting to like want to play while I was driving to be able to hit the gyms and shit at traffic lights, and it was bad. It was real bad. So I got rid of it because it was getting dangerous. But Pikmin Bloom sounds cute. Don't even... Oh. Did we have a blip? We are frozen on the screen. Heaviest since you were a kid. Yeah, that's the same. And that's right about where I am, fool. 20 to 30 pounds. And I also feel it's doable. It's just a matter of making it happen. Droid Cam had a moment. I need to restart it. Because of course it did. See if you can see. It's still having a moment. Believe in you. You know you can do it. Sending all the good vibes. Yes, all of the good vibes. All of the good vibes. We've all got this. We've all got this. And like, I have a private Discord server with family and friends, like close friends. And just like you and I, fool, and I'm sure many other people who have not spoken up and do not have to, a lot of us are on a health journey. So I made a channel in there called Fit in This Health in My Life. And we're just like comparing steps and sharing recipes and cheering each other on and things like that. And it's like, it's good. I've gotten my walks to be a little more enjoyable because one of the things you can do with the Garmin app is you can take photos and then add them to your activity that people that you're connected with can see. So I'm enjoying just taking funny photos with my cell phone as I'm walking. to share with people, and it's making walking more enjoyable, which was part of my struggle. Where's my refresh? Where's the refresh button? Oh, it's right. No, it's, wait, what? Do I have to open properties to refresh you? I guess I can't easily refresh droid cam, question mark. It's not a stream until you have technical difficulties, friends. The button, yes. The button that doesn't exist. Droid cam, why? Why you like this? Lasai. I think I have to restart it on my phone. Which, we're going into ads soon, so I guess this is perfect. Open phone. Wakey, wakey. Wakey, wakey. Droid cam's having a tech break. Yeah, because you can't even see it on my screen. Like, I've literally closed this app out. I'm going to reboot it on my computer. And if this doesn't want to hold, we will go to video.ninja and just completely change everything. Yep, we got the right port. Start. Aha! Now, why are you more zoomed out all of a sudden, Droid Cam? There we go. It's back! We did it! Yeah, flip that table. Flip that table. Oh, Droid Cam. Oh, Droid Cam. At least we fixed it. And hopefully it stays fixed. So that I don't have to chuck it out the window. So for those of you who can still see, we're not gonna get too far ahead of everybody. We are gonna be starting with ye old butterscotch hop. I'm gonna be putting this on my thumb, and then I'm gonna be doing a different color for every nail. I tried a combo of fried rice with chicken and cheese and sour cream as a new idea. Ooh, that sounds really good. Also, welcome in, Good Luck Hazard. How are you? You know, I also don't know. I know Twitch is doing new things with ads, right? Where sometimes you just get banner ads instead of like intrusive ads. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Am I like smoking the wacky weed or something? Isn't that a thing now? This color definitely gonna need 2 coats. We're definitely a little streaky here. Try to make sure I get the very bitter end of this nail. The struggle of short nails, my friends. The struggle of short nails. You're doing good. I'm glad to hear that. I am glad to hear that. I'm hoping that everybody's having like a really good Sunday and weekend, or a great start to their work week if they're in the future time zones. You're gonna play Nintendo after you eat. Ooh, what game? What game on Nintendo are you gonna play? Finished your leftover Indian with a faux naan. What do you mean oh, you had a tortilla. You had a tortilla for a faux naan. Mario Kart. Oh, is it gonna be competitive Mario Kart? Now, next color. Oh my gourd. So we'll get that orange going. Yes. Hell yeah. Are you playing with family, friends, or a combination thereof? Because my family, we had a Nintendo GameCube, was I think our most played system outside of the Sega Genesis. And we would play Super Monkey Ball 2. And I don't know why we were obsessed with making my dad play. Because he was... I mean, I still like playing video games with my dad. When I can convince him. But... like, he was the one we wanted to play with us. My mom would play no problem. Dad, you had to convince. He was so bad at games. He's still bad at games. Bless him. He tries. But we played Super Monkey Ball too. The flying game. Monkey Target. Loved that game. But it was competitive. It was a competitive family game night. A combination? Heck yeah. Welcome back from the ads, friends. We're putting some color on these nails. We got Droid Cam working again, and we're putting some color on these nails. We need the fall colors. I'm jealous that you ate your leftover Indian, Seamus. I thought I had eaten enough before I got started, and now I'm hungry. And I've got, like, weird hiccups. Third color. Hot take. Might be back later. I have to go get stuff done. Yeah, absolutely. Go get your stuff done, Lunar. I appreciate you being here while you can. I appreciate you being here while you can. Responsibilities do suck. But yeah, they are a thing. We'll be here. We'll be here for at least another hour and a half. Thank you for the lurk, Dova. Appreciate you guys. Especially appreciate that you guys like coming in when it's just, you know, a little self-care Sunday. Oh, I flooded that cuticle bed so bad. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, that's a flood. That's a flood. Somebody call the National Guard. Gotta clean it up. Oh, 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 oh. Get this all prepped. Because reds are one of those colors. Like, I love them. But you can expect the skin around my cuticle to be stained. Probably. Because it's a thing. Alright, I gotta flip my nail so that I can better see what I'm doing here to get it in the crack. Oh yeah, look at that nice stain. Oh, brother. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna need you to drink.
You got it, Opal. Let me finish cleaning this up and I will hydrate. How are you, Opal? Welcome in. Yeah, I'm glad my insides are not quite as parched as my outsides. That'll do. Asian fried rice meals is amazing. Ooh, yeah. I do love a good fried rice. I do. 100%. Good luck, Hazard. I do love them. Next up, this beautiful terracotta color, which I feel like is a quintessential fall color, called Brick Wall. I don't even know if I've ever put Brick Wall on my nails. So this might be a first. If I start getting my routine in order too, I really want to try to make it where I am able to take my nail polish off on Friday and do like a swatch combo on Saturday, and then on Sunday / Monday take that off and, if I desire, and do nail art. That's the goal, because I have so many colors that I really don't play with because they don't lend themselves well to the nail art I want to do. So if I could just, you know, make time to wear basic nail polish, that would be good. And not do extensive nail art. But I do love my nail art, even if I take sabbaticals from it here and there. And I feel a little bit better about the fact that I do take the sabbaticals, because I just saw one of the more prominent people that I follow on Instagram for nail art say that she too is taking a sabbatical because she's just not feeling it right now. Because I really, like, I get these weird ideas in my head, okay? And I know it's just me, but I can't help it. Where I'm like, oh my god, everybody else is able to just be so committed and everything. Why can't I just be so committed? And so to see somebody else be like, I'm struggling with the commitment, I'm like, oh, phew. Phew. All right, last color. I'm over brew. I really wish my pinky nails were bigger for this, but alas. I didn't want them on my thumbs. I wanted it on my pinky. Get that good Skittle going. And then we got to repeat the colors on our other hand. Take off a lot of that polish because this is a real small fingernail bed. And I'm pretty sure I just flooded the cuticle on this. No, sort of. One of the main reasons I enjoy watching streams and vlogs is so you can see other humans being humans. You feel more okay seeing how much you have in common with others. You know what? I love that, Dova. I love that. I love that a lot. Which means that you're probably not as big a fan of VTubers, I'm guessing. Or PNG tubers. Because you don't really get to see the people. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. For the record, not caring for them or exclusively liking them. It's just, that's like personal preference. Because it's not a dig against the person. It's just, you know, what you prefer to consume. There we go. Clean that up. Nicey nice. You love VTubers, their character. Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I have an itch on my leg. I have an itch on my leg and wet fingers. Some of us have issues. Yeah, some people do have issues with being on camera, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there's also nothing wrong with people who are viewers that just can't connect with that, right? There are plenty of people out there who don't like watching faceless streams. I personally am one of those people. If I want to watch something faceless, I'm doing it on YouTube, and it's just like a pre-recorded video. For the purposes of Twitch, where it's streamer interacting with chat, I personally, again, this is very personal preference, I need something to look at when the streamer is speaking to me. So I don't care if it's a PNG, I don't care if it's a VTube model, I don't care if it's a live human face. I just need something to be like, oh, they're speaking to me, and put my eyes on. You almost didn't see that. Oh, let's go, you're streaking, Opal. Okay, I really have to get in at this itch. I tried using my like back scratcher to get in over the top, and that did not work. Like on top of the clothing. And sometimes it doesn't. Ugh. I don't know. There's just something about like really scratching an itch that isn't the same when you have clothing between you and the itch. Maybe it's just me. Opal is streaking! I'm here for it. I am here for it. Sorry, me pulling back in. Wiggled the camera. I'm right. I love it when people tell me I'm right. I'm often wrong, but I do love it when people tell me I'm right. All right, same pattern. Starting with butterscotch hop. Sometimes you just need to, you just need to scratch the skin directly. I almost always need to scratch the skin directly. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very much a please get right to the skin. But I have very weird nerves. Being a ginger, it means I have a genetic mutation, right? the ginger genetic is a gene mutation. It's a beautiful gene mutation, but it is a mutation nonetheless. And part of that mutation can sometimes express itself with the sensation, I'm gonna go with, I want to say touch, but it's really like sensation in general, not feeling adequate. So like, I don't have really good reflexes if you do the little hammer on the knee. Sometimes I don't react at all, and that's part of the ginger genetic. I feel pain in a dampened state, so when I tell you that my pain has reached a 5 or 6, for somebody that doesn't have the genetic mutation, it's probably more like an 8 or 9. And part of that is, I think, when I go to make a scratch, it's just too dull through clothing, and I really just need it on my skin. Had something butterscotch. Oh, butterscotch is so good. Butterscotch pudding in fruit salad? How would you put pudding in fruit salad, Tommy T? I must know. I must know. Please tell. What voodoo do you do with the food to put the pudding in the fruit salad? All right. Clean this up. Beautiful. I also, like, I dab my brush off, my cleanup brush off on a little cotton pad, and it always looks so pretty when I'm using all of these kinds of colors. Oh, Ambrosia's really not pudding, though. It's whipped cream. Like, the fruit salad, right, with the whipped cream. Yes, ambrosia. That's what Seamus was talking about. Butterscotch pudding and whipped cream. Interesting. Interesting. See, I would never think to do an ambrosia with pudding. I would never think to do that. But I also typically don't like ambrosia because it has marshmallows in it. And I only like marshmallows in s'mores. Or peanut butter and fluff sandwiches. Which is so ridiculously northeastern New York to say of me. Like northeastern US, New York. Yeah. Don't mind me. Cannot speak. Brain go burr. Fold your whipped cream into the butterscotch pudding and then fold in the fruit. I mean, maybe. You don't put in marshmallows? I would probably eat yours then. I remember my Aunt Linda had she didn't call it ambrosia, she called it pasta fruit salad, which sounded really weird when I first heard it. And oh my god, I don't know what I did with this recipe. I should find it because it was actually really good. Shockingly. But it looked so bad when you first put everything together without the whipped cream, because it literally has pasta in it. It's these like little round balls of pasta, like little pearls of pasta, and then pineapples and mixed fruits and other such thing, and then you just smother it in not just whipped cream but Cool Whip. And I thought it was gonna be gross, but it's actually really quite good. I made it for a family gathering with my ex's family because his mom really wanted ambrosia, and I was like, well, this is about the closest I'm gonna get. Frog eye salad. You know what? That's probably another name for it. And she just didn't have that as the name. She just called it pasta fruit salad. But that would make sense. And it also wouldn't surprise me if it came out of the 50s, because let's be honest, a lot of those weird things came from the 50s. Not all of them were good. Some of them are better left in the 50s. That's what your family calls it, yep. What the hell, Seamus? Why you what the hell in me? Is it because of the pasta fruit salad? Is that why? I love this color. Frog eye salad, you have to be kidding. You don't think it sounds good, Seamus? You wouldn't eat it? You wouldn't even try it? Not even for Dova? Cleany, cleany. Cleany, cleany, cleany. Double, double, oil and trouble. It's not that kind of frog eyes, Seamus. Wrong frog eyes. Ooh, Dova. Tara, you're not allowed to be cute like that when my phone is tied up. She's doing that thing where she like curls up with her paws, but then she's like got her head twisted, so she's laying on her side, but on the top of her head at the same time. It's so cute. Asini de Pepe! Thank you, Dova. That is the name of the pasta. That is the name of the pasta. Dova's out here doing the hard work. So yeah, I can show you all of the colors together kind of by putting my thumb in with it. Like, you can kind of... Let me do it this way. There we go. Now we got all the colors together. See? They're cute. They're very cute. They need another coat. No bats or worms in your food. Exactly. No bats or worms. Maybe some humans. Maybe some humans, but no bats or worms. Dova is a dragon with class. Wow, you didn't murder him. You didn't murder him, Dova. It's a miracle. No murder today. Yet. There's still time. There's still plenty of stream left. I think I can get away with doing the... You know what? I'm like, I don't want to have to keep opening and closing the bottles, but I also shouldn't rush it because part of why this works is giving everything adequate time to dry. And by giving it adequate time to dry, I'm less prone to bumping into something and smearing it and having to start all over again on just one nail. Have patience, myself. Have patience. And having patience is also why I am taking the time to put 2 coats on, even though I feel like some of these colors are pigmented enough that I don't need the second coat, because I know it'll just look that much nicer if I do. Take a big helping of Dova with a side of ooh la la. Ooh la la. Oh, I love my lo-fi music, you guys. I'm really digging listening to it right now. I hope you are as well. I hope it's coming through nicely. I should add more tracks to it. See what else Epidemic Sound has in store for us these days. Because I grabbed these tracks when I started streaming 4 years ago. And I've not really added to them. And I'm sure there are new tracks in the Epidemic library. And I personally, because I like it as background during these kinds of things, I pick them without words. That way, the lyrics of a song are not competing with me, the streamer. I like lo-fi when it's super low in the background, otherwise your brain gets overly focused on some of the tick-tick sound. Yeah, that, I totally understand that, Dova. Yep, totally get that. That's why I try to keep it low. It's like a silence filler. So when I'm not speaking or I'm concentrating for a moment, it's not just dead quiet. Listening to crickets and whatever road noises are going on. Some of that'll come out with nail oil. I'm struggling for my words today. I'm forgetting how to English. Oh. And therein is case in point. I just knocked one of my other nails into the nail stamping plate that we will be using eventually. And had it been wet, because I had, you know, done it at the same time as this hand, I would have smeared it. And I would have been upset with myself. Love. One that you love from Epidemic Sound is Hold Up by Victor Lundberg. You use the instrumental from that song for a little engagement video. I love that fool. Yeah, I know you're a big Epidemic fan as well. I don't remember how I found out about Epidemic Sound. I think it was actually through Simply Now Logical. I was looking at where she got the music for her videos because I loved the lo-fi in the background of them. And that was how I found Epidemic Sounds. But they do. They have, like, such a good library. Right? They're fantastic. Hi, Batwoman. Welcome in. I'm doing great. How about yourself? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Okay, there isn't. It's just dry skin. Whoop. Trying to fill out chapter 4. You're in an awkward place in the book you're writing. Good luck, Seamus. Good luck. You got this. Yeah, I put a lot of Epidemic Sound stuff into the background of my nail art videos too. I love going and searching for the music, and I love that you can make the looping tracks now, so I don't have to try to find like more than one song that I can stick together, or a song that naturally can start and finish together when, you know, inevitably my video is like 8 minutes long and the song I want to use is 3. So being able to just like make the looping tracks is phenomenal. Doing good, and yes, a great Sunday. Had a lunch date with your son. Aw, that's amazing, Batwoman. I'm glad to hear that. I love good family dynamics. I really do feel like, not pity, but just like a sense of sadness for people who don't get that opportunity in life. For whatever reason. Because, I don't know, family's just, to me, it's so important. Beautiful. Okay. One hand down, one hand to go on the base colors. Batwoman. Yeah. You don't get it much because of Bills, but you cherish it when you can do it with him. Yeah. Yeah. Bills do be billin'. They do be billin'. They're a hindrance. Stupid bills. Stupid responsibilities. I didn't sign up for this when I signed up for adulthood, I'm just saying. Okay, I signed up for the fun part, where I get to set my own bedtime and eat cookies for breakfast. Not this, like, going to work and paying bills. I don't like that this is somehow a package deal. Somebody needs to change that ASAP. ASAP. No more. If only it were so easy, right? I love the idea of a purely barter system, but I also recognize the fact that because the values of humans vary greatly, since we are a very multifaceted species, right? The barter system really will only work in small secular environments. So if you had like I'm gonna say a village of like maybe 100 people that all shared similar values and whatnot, you could easily set it up within that village alone of a barter system for goods and services, and work it like a hippie commune. But large scale is just too complicated, I feel like, because people do have such wildly differing ideas, opinions, values, so on and so forth. I mean, shit, we're at a divide right now, not to get overly political or anything, but we're at a divide right now between people who think AI is the shit and whatnot, and people who want literally nothing to do with AI, because like if I want a robot to do something, it's the mundane bullshit like folding my laundry, not designing patterns for fabric and whatnot. Like, we can't even all agree on that we should leave some things to humans. Exactly. AI is doo-doo in most instances. Very rarely do I think AI has a good spot in society. But AI at large is garbage. That's why I always say I wish my world I dreamed of when I was a kid would be real, where we didn't have bills and we never got sick and we just died of old age, right? It would be so idyllic. But unfortunately, the universe has other plans. Is in the trash can? Yeah, for the most part. I can totally, like, I was watching some medical stuff on YouTube. I go down rabbit holes, and it was suggested in there that one of the ways AI could be useful is for, like, your medical chart, providing a quick summary if you're somebody who's been to the doctor a lot. Just, like, summarizing the content that the doctors have already put in the chart for the next person who's going to look at it. And I was like, yeah, I can get behind that. But I don't want AI forming opinions for me. I don't want it creating artwork. I don't want it making tech. Like, leave that to humans. Leave the creative stuff to humans. At least your kid self came up with good ideas or good imagination. Absolutely. But yeah, no, I overall not a fan of AI. Very niche circumstances where I think it could be useful, and none of them are creative. I'm like super mad too. I saw an article about, oh my god, which freaking college is it? There's an AI robot. It's like a robot with an AI personality that they enrolled in art school. And I'm like, what? No. Absolutely freaking not. Like, no freaking way. Get that shit out of there. And it's being treated as like a student. I'm sorry. This is how you get Cybermen, and Cybermen are bad. Okay, did Doctor Who teach us nothing? We're going to end up on the Doctor Who tangent again. I'm sorry, friends. But I'm also not sorry. One thing AI is really good at is sorting data. Like in research studies, AI is useful in looking for anomalies in relationships. You know what? There you go. But it's not creative. It's just analysis. I wanted to go into teaching, but oh my god, I can only imagine how frustrating it is for teachers now to tell which kids are using their brains and which are using AI to complete assignments. Right? Right? We are looking down the barrel of the most stupid generation from what I've heard from my teacher friends. Oh my god, for real. We really are, fool. I was appalled when I heard that there are kids graduating from school, like they're 18 and graduated from school, and they're illiterate because they've literally had ChatGPT do all of their homework. They've never like really done any reading or anything, and I am just like, what? What? But I was also, I'm gonna sound like a freaking boomer right now, okay? I was appalled the day they decided, and I mean, we're going back like 10 years now at least, the day they decided that you no longer had to sign your name, cursive didn't need to be a thing, you could print your signature. I was like, go fuck yourself. Absolutely not. Everybody should have a signature. Like, what? Blew my mind. Blew my friggin' mind when they came up with that decision. It appalls me that cursive is not taught in schools anymore, because like all our historical documents are in cursive. Like, what? We are living in idiocracy. Yeah, it's mind-boggling. Don't get me started on these AI artists. I've had to delete so much AI slop. Oh my god. I saw that Jazz like runs them through things to test for it. You don't have to sign your name. No, you can print your signature. I monitor my kid while she is homeschooled. During her homework, she has to explain everything to me, and if it doesn't make sense, she does it over again. That's perfect. That's perfect, Tommy D. Yeah, Jazz is on top of it. Jazz is like super mod. You hit a gold mine, fool. You hit a gold mine. Yeah, like oh my god. I cannot imagine raising children in this environment right now, and I cannot, like, I feel so bad for teachers. I remember when we went through all of the lessons in school, right? All of the lessons where they were like, you can't plagiarize things, and if we think you're plagiarizing, you're gonna have to rewrite it. And I got nailed for it once because I didn't understand how closely you could be before it was plagiarizing versus derivative. And I literally, oh my god, I was like 7, so I was very young, and I had my history textbook. It was a report on Native Americans, and I took the book, and there, like, I didn't plagiarize the entire book, but I was just changing words and sentences here and there to stuff into my essay because I had procrastinated, and it was like the last minute, it was friggin' due. And the teacher came back and was like, I am aware that half of your essay came out of the history textbook and you need to redo it. I was like, shit. Even though I had changed the words around, she was like, this is too close. I want AI to be a force for good, and I know many people are mistaking digital art for AI. So there is a lot of AI slop, though, with digital art. People just run things through generators, and then they're like, voila! I made this, and I'm like, but did you? I want AI to be a force for good too, but right now we're using it as a force for evil. I saw the most disgusting thing. Oh my god. While we wait for these nails to not be super, super wet before I start the stamping process, I watched this person on YouTube. Her name is Caitlin Doty. She started as Ask a Mortician, and I think now she's Caitlin Doty, Ask a Mortician. And she covers all things death, like, right? She started out with a degree in medieval history, and then she became a funeral director. She went to school for mortuary science after. It's quite a combo. Anyways, she just did a video where there was basically a murder from road rage. And when things go to court, you have the opportunity for impact statements to be made based on the people who are left behind, right? Obviously, the victim is not going to make their own impact statement. They're dead. Except for in this case, where they used AI. This was in Arizona. They used AI, like really bad AI, and voice clips and stuff to generate the victim making their own impact statement based off of what the family thinks they would have said. And oh my God, it was so uncomfortable. It was so uncomfortable to watch it in like bits and pieces. I can't imagine being in that courtroom and watching it just in general. And the judge loved it. Like, it swung the judge's opinion, and he slammed the guy who did the murder with like the maximum penalty. And I'm just like, this, like, AI does not belong in courtrooms. Like, absolutely not. It's right? Horrific. It's, oh my God. And it is going to be brought up in the appeal, probably, that this shouldn't have swayed the judge's opinion because he was treating it as if a live person had done that. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I was like, oh God, it's so gross. It's so gross. It just, ugh, I don't like it. I don't like it. So people are absolutely using AI for the wrong reasons and the wrong ways. And oh my God, it's disgusting. It's so gross. No way. I hate it. Make it stop. So yeah, AI in general is being problematic pandas. Being problematic pandas. I don't know if that's an actual phrase, but it is now. It's problematic panda. I imagine pandas can be problem children. They're big, fluffy bears that don't know their own strength. Let me at them? Absolutely, Tommy D. Right? Exactly. We got nail stamping to do while we feel horrified by AI. So here's the plate. M267 for Maniology, and I'm gonna pop this up here in case you end up wanting to get your hands on stuff. I have an affiliate code. The nearest thing to AI you use is spell checker, because you know what? Spell checker makes sense. Makes total sense. I like AI for spell checking because I look at words too often sometimes, and then I'm like, is this like, I feel like this is wrong. And even though it's not wrong, you know, it's a thing. Trademark symbol, a thing. It's great for grammar. Yes. Yep, it is. All the rules that you forget about. And sometimes that you want to ignore. You have no problem with imaginary friends, which is basically what AI is, but with just a larger pool of information. But you never mistake your as real. You know what? And that's fair, Nova. That is fair, but you're also using it very personally. You personally are not trying to submit it to a court of law or tell, like, your son, for example. I don't know if you have children, but you're not trying to tell your son that this is your new boyfriend, right? It's purely for you. When you get your AI robot waifu, when I get my own personal massage therapist, like, get on it, Seamus. Exactly, yeah. I don't care what people do with AI in their personal time that doesn't infringe on other people. I do care when it starts to be sold in lieu of actual artists' work, or it's ripping artists off and stuff like that. That's when it becomes a problem. And I don't agree. This is a big one. I do not agree, and I will never change my mind on this, on AI being trained on things without permission. As far as I'm concerned, that's copyright infringement. Like, if I'm an artist and I did not give you permission to reference my art for your AI model, then your AI model should not be referencing my art. And I know that was why there was a mass exodus of artists from Twitter, because Twitter was just like, no, you can use them as models 100%. Yes, this is going to get on my skin, but this particular polish should be easier to get off of my skin. That's why I'm not, I hope I actually did that in frame. That's why I'm not worried about it. You're right here. Oh, that's a good place for it to freeze. Thank you. Droid cam. Thank you. One moment. Cleaning my stamper head real fast. Lasai! Droid cam, why? What's your freaking problem, bro? We're gonna stop. Close. Start it again. Blood red with silver sparkles. You were lazy. There's nothing wrong with being lazy. You still took the time. There we go. It's back. You still took the time. That's the important part. Actually, before I clean this, so that's what we've got so far. We're going to be doing a double stamp. We're going to be putting another color over the top. Oop. So I might as well put that color on first before I clean up my skin. Thank you for the lurk, Dova. I appreciate it. So now it's going to be that like purple. I thought about doing white, but I decided that the white was too stark of a contrast. And I went with this like lilac-y, lavendery purple. Let's pick it up. I'm also not worrying about cleaning it off of the edges and the bottom because I don't think it's an issue. Since my nail's not that big. It adds a little bit of visual interest. I don't know if you're supposed to perfectly line them up like that. I think you are. For all I know, I'm using the wrong patterns together. But that's what I'm going with. Just a little bit of visual interest, I think. Made it a teaching session with the kid and had her do one hand while you did the other. Nice, Tommy-T. Nice. It's like when you're too depressed to take care of yourself, half-assed teeth brushing is better than none at all. 100%. Opal, 100%. Cute though. Thank you. I'm not sure like if it's supposed to line up perfectly or if I'm supposed to offset it somehow. I feel like this is how it's supposed to be. Just subtle. I don't know. I'm bad at this visualization part. Like, for all I know, any of these could be mixed together, and this and let me move this over. This and this would go better together. My mat didn't want to suck the design off of the words off the stamper head, so I couldn't really put it on the mat to test it, and I didn't want to take the time because I was already so behind to paint a fake nail to be able to pick up the colors. So here we are. Here we are, winging it. Smearing it. Smearing it everywhere. Woo! Gotta disappear for a little, have a meeting. Yeah, no worries. No worries. We'll be here, Tommy T. Go do your meeting. Go do your thing. Boop! And I'm gonna try to stop smacking the thing for the light. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Excellent. Now we gotta clean the plate out. Hello, pineapple. Need a cotton ball in you. Oh, and then I need my, excuse me, giant container of acetone. Back up a little bit. I never pour this directly over my desk. You saw it happening live on stream the last time, where I 100% poured acetone down the side of the bottle because the cotton swab wasn't connected fully making it stop. And it ended up on the floor, which the floors, although hardwood, they need to be refinished very badly. So I'm less concerned about getting them on hardwood floors that are already damaged than I am about getting it on my desk, my beautiful hardwood desk that is not damaged. Next nail. Yeah, I thought about doing liquid latex to protect my fingers, and I was just like, meh. This is not the smeary black. So it'll be fine. The colors are going to look different too, depending on what they're layered over, which I think will be fun. I think that'll be really fun. And then, yeah, when you clean a stamper head, you never use acetone, because acetone will eat the stamper head and ruin it. Just a piece of Scotch tape, masking tape, regular old tape. That's all. That's all you need. Cleans it up perfect every time. Lift the polish off of it. Scrapity scrape. Liftity lift. And then place, city place. Definitely didn't line it up as well that time, but it still looks good. Still looks good. I have to remind myself too that there's no such thing as perfect in art. It's all just relative. And nail art is art. And this piece of tape is done. Dunzos. Super dunzos into the pile of things that will eventually be thrown away. That. Get all that glorious acetone. Oop. Move over there, Stamper, so that I have room. Get all the glorious acetone so that we can clean up the skin. You can also, if you wanted to, you could just use a piece of tape or whatever on your skin to prevent the polish from being literally everywhere. If you don't want to use liquid latex or something. There's no such thing as perfect in art. Something you have to tell yourself every time you pick up your tablet. Hello, Bean. Hello, how are you? Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I have to remind myself of that quite often because I am a perfectionist by nature. I want everything to be perfect, and art is not math. Math has a right answer and art does not. It's a whole thing. I also hate that art, I love and I hate it. I shouldn't just say I hate. I have a love-hate relationship with the fact that art is subjective. Because, and this is purely I need to disconnect from it for my own self-esteem thing. Being somebody who's addicted to dopamine, when I share something that I think I did absolutely fantastic on and it doesn't get the response I was expecting, I get sad. And it's not necessarily that my art is bad. In fact, it probably isn't that my art is bad. It's that art is subjective and it didn't reach the right audience. And I have to remind myself of that. Constantly. Oh, that's cute. She cute. You do calligraphy and manuscript illuminations, and you can get pretty picky about your own work. Yeah, we are our own worst critics when it comes to art. 1000%. I will never deny that fact. Like, you want to know about all the flaws in somebody's artwork? Ask the artist. You want to know how amazing somebody's artwork is? Ask literally anybody but the artist. Because we're very good at being like, oh, I screwed up this one stitch here, or I didn't quite mix this green the same this time, or, you know, so on and so forth, and what have you, and never look at how amazing my shading is here. Like, this dot technique is on fire. You're down to 711,000 channel points. You're running out. Oh, no, Seamus. Whatever will you do? The horror. The humanity. And for the record, I am super guilty of judging my own work that way. But I will also say, there is also such a thing as being a toxically positive person about somebody's artwork. Sometimes people do need a critic. Okay, so that's not going to show up as much on that color. Hard to tell again when you're just specking it out from the polish bottles. Because when I went to school for photography, right? And while I was in school for photography, I had so many people that were telling me I was doing this like amazing thing. I was such a good photographer, so on and so forth and whatnot. And it stoked 18-year-old Sam's ego big time. And, you know, nobody really wanted to be my critic. And then in school, getting time with the professors was worth your friggin' life. And I did the assignments just fine. But I didn't have that critical voice to really be like, all right, look, you're doing this good, but you could improve with here, here, and here. And because I didn't have that, like, voice to be kind of critical to help me improve, Ego Sam took over, and I thought I was hot shit. Like, I was literally a $100,000 wedding photographer or some shit. And when I got out into the real world and I tried to market my art with this, like, really hyper-inflated ego, and it didn't work, ooh, the crash down to earth was bad. And I learned then and there that constructive criticism is equally important as praise. You need somebody like that. Hey, Cags, welcome in. Hi, Molly, welcome in. How are you? Using Mr. Suspender's account. Oh, you're extremely confused about your channel points. Oop, 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 oop. Well, welcome back, Suspenders, on the Mr. Suspenders account. Now we all know who Mr. Suspenders is on Twitch. I learned not to stress about mistakes in cross-stitch, because without the pattern and ability to read it, they can't see this. Exactly. That was one of the most important things I think I was taught, Opal, was that if you don't point the mistake that you made out to somebody, they will probably never see it. So don't mention it. Don't talk about it. If somebody points it out to you, then it's visible. But you as the artist should never point it out to others. Yep, so definitely, like, keep your mistakes to yourself, but also find somebody that you trust who can give you constructive feedback. Because I need to know, like, as an artist, when something I'm doing is just not meshing. Because sometimes, like, as artists, we look at it for so long, it's kind of like staring at a word for too long, right? We look at it for so long that we're suddenly like, I can no longer tell why I feel uncomfortable about this, and I don't know if it's simply because I've stared at it for too long, and so my brain is just making me uncomfortable, or if I've actually, like, put an element in that doesn't work. That's why outside perspective can be handy, just in the right way. In the right way. They're looking cute. Even if you can't see the pinky color as much on this, it's still looking cute. Because I was not about to find like 7 million stamping colors to try and work with this. Because quite frankly, I don't have that many. Like, I have a decent chunk of stamping polish, but I don't have stamping polish the way I have regular polish. And regular polish doesn't stamp that well. Not usually. So we're working with what we got. We're working with what we got. Doing the thing. Shoop. And then the lift. That is such an interesting effect on that nail. How fascinating. It's like almost a relief instead of a contrast. Am I going to look at this manicure and be like, man, if only I had this color, this color, this color, and this color? Oh, you bet your ass. But it's still gonna be beautiful no matter what. At least that's what I'm telling myself. That's what I'm telling myself. Sorry about the ads, friends. I don't know who can hear me. Normally we break for ads on this channel, but alas, Sundays are the day that I cannot easily do that because nail art and baking don't lend themselves well to stopping necessarily, right? They just don't. So if you can still hear me, wunderbar. And if you cannot, obviously you're not going to hear me say this, but don't worry. You'll be back soon. You'll be back soon to hang out with everybody. And at least you can still see chat despite ads. Like, you're not completely cut off, just mostly. He's not all dead, he's just mostly dead. And that's what that reminded me of. Obscure reference. Well, yeah, it's way harder to snooze than Kags. I was about to say it's an obscure reference, but it's really not. I think there's very few people who can't quote most of The Princess Bride. Because that movie's iconic. It's iconic as fuck. Also, because I understand that streamers cannot always pause their ads, that's why I love Twitch Turbo. Personally. I get to support everybody in some way, shape, or form, and I don't have to subscribe to everybody and be sad for my wallet. Same, yeah. Turbo is such a blessing. Granted, I also recognize the fact that everybody's financial situation is different and not everybody can afford it. And that's fair too. But I appreciate the option. Stream like this, there's no place to stop. Yeah, there really isn't a place to stop for a break. There's really not. Just like with baking, there's really not a good place to stop. You just kind of have to keep going. I heard that, Seamus. Sounds like your Indian was real good. Yeah, they do. We do still get ad money from Turbo. So when you use Turbo, I get paid for your viewing of the ads as if you saw them, and even though you didn't. The burp. Yes, the burp. My God. Speaking of things that Seamus did to me. Okay, last night. Last night, I'm just minding my own business. Hiking a virtual mountain with friends. And Seamus decides that he has to have gut distress. I thought one of the cats shit on the floor, you guys. It smelled so bad. It was hot diarrhea garbage smell. And it was Seamus. Seamus had farted in his office 2 rooms away. And that hot cloud of violence wafted into the bedroom where I was. It was awful. I thought I was gonna die. It was terrible. Yeah. You have no idea what I mean? Of course you don't, Seamus. Yeah, and it lingered. It was the kind that just like hung heavy in the air for hours. Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. His guts were not happy, and my nose was very upset with this fact. I regretted having the ability to smell. And don't you dare say you were saving me from cancer, Seamus. Because that's a lie. It was so bad. Couldn't believe it. I literally, for a little bit, it was so bad I thought one of the cats had farted. Because it was like animal fart quality. Nope, it was Seamus. It was Seamus. I hear you laughing. I hear you laughing in the other room, Seamus. Nobody else can hear, but I can. Oh, it's lucky. He's lucky I love him. That was leave and go home to my parents' house level of awful. Oh my God. And the worst part of it, right, is the fact that it's whopping like 30 degrees outside. So it wasn't even like I could just open a window, turn on a fan. No, I'm stuck in it. Stuck in it. Tragic. Tragedy. Yeah, you just keep spending those bits and giving me those giant emotes laughing at me, Seamus. I tell him all the time because, like, I swear I've never met an individual as gassy as Seamus. I tell him all the time that he's getting, like, Beano or Gas X for Christmas. His Yule present will be just that. For my own sake. Should have lit a match or 10, right? So, I didn't light a scented candle because I'm allergic to most scented candles. But I should have lit a candle in general. Or I should have made him light a candle in general since he wasn't the one hiking a virtual mountain. Like, when did he drop this bomb? Alpine. You're solving the energy crisis? No. I don't think so, Seamus. If your asshole is a renewable source of energy, then I'm shipping you off for scientific research. I'll miss you, but the vacation in Bali will be nice with the money I'd get from it. We're lighting candles. There are incense matches, so some incense I can handle and some I can't. we were lighting, we need to light candles to detoxify the scent that emanated from Seamus's asshole last night, Dova. He tried murdering me with his toxic waste fart. Beautiful. Oh, I really like that one. I like how it gets like darker on it. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. Okay, so we've done one hand. Now I gotta do the other hand. Yeah. Yeah. How to test your relationship in one fell swoop. That. Need a fresh cotton swab. You are not a signatory to the Geneva Convention. Well, you should be. You should be. So that we can talk about this. And its legal repercussions to my olfactory system here. Speaking of not completely closing the gap with the cotton ball, there we go again. There we go again. This is a smaller cotton ball than typical though, so I'm not surprised. I was kind of expecting it. Let me grab the tape right now because I'm going to be working on my right hand and that's going to make it just a wee bit difficult since the tape is on I'm working on my left hand using my right hand and the tape is on my left side. So that makes my life easier. Okay, moving right along. Moving right along. Do, 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 do. That away. God, my leftovers are going to taste so good after my nails are done. I am hungrier than I anticipated. Lift. Stamp. Gorgeous. Clean the stamper head. Mine were amazing. The spices really mature. They really do. That's the glorious thing about Indian food. I want to try something real fast before I put the other color on. Yeah, no, it doesn't work on my skin. Some people are able to just use tape to lift the polish back up off their skin from the stamping, but my skin, again, this is part of the Hashimoto's. It's so dry. Even though, like, literally before I started this, I moisturized. They just absorb everything. Day old curry is so good. Yeah. I got chicken tikka masala. What did you end up getting, Seamus? You tried something new last night. The new thing I tried was, eggplant something or other. And it wasn't bad. But it wasn't great either. Like, if I didn't know that it was eggplant, I couldn't have told you that it was eggplant. Eggplant tamarind, I think is what it was. There was something about that particular spice set and the way the eggplant was cooked. It had a bitter aftertaste, and I was not feeling it. And I'm wondering, too, because it's very traditional, at least in Italian and basically American cooking, with eggplant to salt it and let it seep the bitterness out of the eggplant. I wonder if that is not the case with traditional Indian cooking. It was from the place Suspenders. It was. But I also think it had the spinach sauce on it, so I don't think I would actually like SAG, S-A-A-G, because the spinach sauce to me didn't have that much flavor, and I really like flavor with Indian food. Chicken dahi murg, there you go. I'm sure I pronounced that terribly. Drools, yeah. Suspenders has seen the menu for this place. This is like a 9-page menu. of just glorious Indian food. And they also have goat and lamb recipes if you're interested in that. They have an entire section that's vegetarian. They separate out, I'm pretty sure at least they separate out, if I remember right, the appetizers that are vegetarian versus not. They have Indo-Chinese, so you can even get like egg rolls and stuff if you really want, like spring rolls. It's so good. It's so freaking good. I would eat there damn near every night if we could afford it. And they're so nice. Like, we have never had a bad experience with the wait staff. Sometimes we have some experiences that looking back we chuckle at because there's clearly like a cultural difference going on. Like the very first night we ate there, it was opening night, and one of the waiters, it was very obvious to me that he was newer to the country. And the reason I say this is because he couldn't look at me while taking my order. He only ever looked at Seamus. He didn't direct all the questions at Seamus. Like, he was clearly letting me speak for myself, but it was definitely indicative of, like, I'm pretty sure it's part of the religion that you don't look at another unmarried woman, or maybe another married woman. He may have thought I was Seamus's wife. But, like, he wasn't impolite and he wasn't being disrespectful. It was just clearly a cultural difference, and we chuckle about it. Yeah, it's a 5-star service. They're so good. They're so good. I never had a bad experience. Never had a bad meal. And on the morning times, it's an all-you-can-eat buffet for, like, $18. How do you go wrong with an all-you-can-eat buffet of delicious Indian food? You don't. That's the answer. You don't. And they bring you hand towels afterwards when you're done. They're single use, but they do bring them to you. And they're just so nice. Those towels are so nice. And I think the most ironic part about this restaurant is it is built inside of an old Pizza Hut. Like, there was a Pizza Hut in our town for the longest time. I mean, we ordered there plenty during the pandemic. And it just didn't survive. And they put an Indian restaurant in there, and I'm very pleased with that decision. I'm very pleased. We had a place back in the Bay that was like that, and you miss it every day. Indian food is one of your favorite foods. You would kill for good butter chicken. Oh my god, they've got butter chicken. They got butter chicken as far as I'm aware. I mean, it's very hard pressed to find something that they don't have. And butter chicken is really good. It is really good. I'm there with you. There with you. And I was telling Seamus last night too, right? One of the funnier things to me is if you had told teenage Sam that she would fall in love with Indian food and that was gonna be the food that she loved, she would have looked at you like you had 3 heads and 6 buttholes. Because I will freely admit this, because of 9/11, because of that and growing up in New York and just listening to the news day in and day out and hearing adults talk about it, because I was young when 9/11 happened. I was in the 7th grade. I developed a sort of xenophobia for the culture. And I actually had to realize it as an adult and work to undo it. It didn't help, that we've been at war with them for most of my life as well, after that. But anyways, so teenage Sam loved Japan. Like, loved the culture, studied the culture, wanted to live there for a year and just, take, a sabbatical year, as if I had the money for that. But take a sabbatical year to just go see all of the prefectures and go to all of the festivals and visit shrines and just like really wholly immerse myself in it. And similarly, because I wanted to immerse myself in the culture, I figured, you know, that would be the food of my choice. I would love Japanese food. And while I do enjoy most Japanese food, I don't like fish that much. And fish doesn't necessarily like me. So young Sam would have told you that Japanese would have been the choice. No, it's Indian food. It is 100% Indian food. Like, do not get between me and a good bowl of Indian food. Oh, it's so good. Something I really want to learn to make, because I do enjoy it so much, is naan. I really want to learn to make a good thing of naan, so that when Seamus and I are doing Indian food at home, we can have fresh naan with it. To the best of your ability when you've got like a skillet. It's breakfast time and now you want Indian? It's not my fault, Suspenders. It's not my fault. It's probably my fault. It's probably my fault. We've only been talking about it for the last like 20 minutes. Whoopsies. No regrets. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, there is nothing quite like those spices. And I will also say, I am not a fan of spice for the sake of heat, right? I don't want things to just be hot to be hot. So I'm not really a fan of Tabasco sauce, but I love spicy foods where it's just the culmination of the spices in the food that's giving it heat, because it's heat with flavor. So good. I'm making myself hungrier talking about this. This is a bad idea, but I can't stop. Naan's not hard at all? Really? Flour and water on a flat scale, you know? I'm gonna have to look into it. Because there's another thing that I would eat like every friggin' day if you let me. Naan. Well, I messed it up a little bit, but YOLO. Because I touched it before I was ready to touch down. YOLO. I think there's a quick, easy recipe for naan that just needs self-rising flour and yogurt. I would probably go for one that doesn't use self-rising flour, only because it would be an additional ingredient to buy that I would use for literally nothing else. And I'm trying to not do that as much as possible. But self-rising flour is very easy to make. It's just flour with, I think it's baking powder in it. Use Greek yogurt in yours, would recommend. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder what the purpose of the Greek yogurt is for in it. Like, is it to try and help hold it together? Is it traditional? Like, I'm curious. I'm very curious now. Hold together, yes. More flavor than water. Oh, okay. Okay. I would probably then try making it both ways and see which one I liked better. Because sometimes I don't want my naan... Like, I want it to be flavorful, yes. But I feel like you get that flavor from the cooking of it in a little bit of butter on a skillet, right? Where it browns up. Because I want the real joy of naan to be soaking up all of the extra sauce off of my plate. Or I have also been known to, instead of making like rice, I will take my chicken tikka and I will just pile it onto naan and fold it up like a tortilla and eat it that way, which is probably sacrilege, but it's so good. Brush with butter and garlic. Yeah, no garlic, but yes, butter. I can't have the garlic. My vampiric ways say no. As does the IBS. It's really the IBS that says no. I miss garlic. Garlic was delicious when I could eat it. Back in the day. This piece of tape has had it. Get one more out. Let me get one more out. Hence the brackets, yeah. You remember? Do you remember that 21st day of September? I remember when people remembered that song on the 21st day of September and made a meme out of it. All of a sudden. Welcome back, Crazy Guy. You made homemade chicken noodle soup. Ooh. Thank you, Crazy Guy. I'm doing my best. Doing my best with my nails. Homemade chicken noodle soup sounds really good. Not as good as Indian food. Not gonna lie. But it still sounds really freaking good. Like, I would eat either. I would eat either. Just in case you're not aware, Crazy Guy, we have been talking about the deliciousness that is Indian food for like the last 20, 30 minutes. Oops. Smacked my nail. Is it centered? No, it sure as shit is not. Oh well. My proprioception's getting worse. I'm gonna blame it on the fact that I am actually very hungry. Makes the difference. You added white pepper and cumin along with turmeric. Oh, interesting. That's basically curry. It is kind of curry. But it does sound yummy. It does sound very yummy. I haven't had a good curry in a long time, by the way. I need to remedy that. You know where we haven't gone in a long time, Seamus? Like a long time? The Thai place in that one city. We haven't gone out for good Thai food recently. And I do love like a mango coconut curry with chicken. With mango and coconut milk to help make the curry sauce. Oh, it's so good. So freaking good. The real question is, do you order in? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. What kind of question is that, Suspenders? What kind of question is that? Of course you order Indian for lunch now. Or dinner. Or both. That's a silly question. There's only one right answer. Had see you. Yeah, I meant to be on. Definitely had a hint of curry flavor, and you can definitely taste the cumin. Phenomenal, though. You made your own homemade. What are flour eggs instead of water? Okay, interesting. Use onion juice for flavoring. It gave it an interesting texture, which you really like. Fascinating. I had to stop and like reread that 3 times to understand what it was you were telling me. Because my brain was like, we're doodling? We're making art? And I was like, wrong kind of art, brain. Wrong kind of art. Like 4 things you want to eat and that's too much. So you have lunch for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's that, or you're gonna have to roll like a d4. You know, one of the two. Or assign them random numbers 1 through 4, and when you're ready, just let me know and I'll pick one. There are multiple ways to help you make this decision. But the best one is to just have it for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. If you can afford that. You bought groceries yesterday doesn't mean anything. Some for lunch and the rest for supper. Duh. Exactly, Gags. Meant noodle. Oh, yeah. Very exhausted. You did Christmas shopping at 6 a.m.? What? Why 6 a.m., crazy guy? Why 6 a.m.? That's so early. That's so early. I woke up at 6 a.m. to pee. Does that count? We're great influences. We are. We are 100% kegs. You'll never find better influences. I'm also easily influenced. You can ask my bestie, Caius, when she's in here, Gwen. Oh my god, we used to go fabric shopping together to make crafts, and I would be like torn between two fabrics, and she'd be like, just get both. And I would end up buying both because she's a terrible influence. Thank you for the lurk. Go get that work done. We were trying to beat the crowds, which in a way we kind of did. We were able to get a good portion of this. Oh, stocking stuffers. Nice, nice, nice. We still have next weekend and the week after, but then you should be good because you and your dad notice that you get more angry and confrontation. Yeah, you try to do it early. That makes sense. That makes sense. And it's good that you've recognized that, right? Because Christmas shopping should be enjoyable, in my opinion. And if you're just getting cranky because of crowds and shit, that's no good. And you don't want to be that way. The retail employees don't want you to be that way. So, like, kudos to you guys for recognizing that. Oh, there's a glare that is making it so hard for me to line this up. That'll do. I have no idea if that was the right spot, but that'll do. Yeah. Ugh. No, don't tip. Like, on stick. Thank you. My tape fully stuck to, I put it on the shot glass that I have my acetone in, and it just fully stuck to the side of it. Very rude. Very rude. That off to the side. Got some of the little flyaways down, and then we're gonna go ahead and get cleaned up. It's more or less in the right spot. Yeah, I'm digging these. I'm digging these nails. Some of the colors work better than others, but I'm digging them. They'll be fun to photograph tomorrow. I'm going to leave them glossy. I debated on if I should pull out my matte top coat for them, but I think I'm going to leave them glossy. I'm just feeling like a glossy Manny today, you know? Has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that the last time I did a Plaid manicure that it was mattified. Totally not trying to do something different. I'm so glad these are colors that don't just smear everywhere and I can get away with not liquid latexing or putting a nail guard up or anything. I can just clean. Beautiful. Excellent. Let's clean this out. Me and my dad talked. We're doing it early. Yeah, so you don't have to deal with the crowds. Yep. Perfect, crazy guy. Perfect. I applaud you guys for the self-reflection, I guess is the best way to put it, right? Oops, sorry. I'm trying to get in there with the pineapple and he's a little tall. Kind of smacking the thing. We just need to get the rest of the color about. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Let's move that out of the way so I stop signaling the International Space Station. Close that up. I do need to clean this off. You know what? That can wait till later. It's not pressing. I'll deal with that when I want to get another cotton swab. Yuckied. Let me close these again. so that I can't just accidentally tip them over. And then these are not polishes that really smear, so I am going to go straight in with Holo Taco's Glossy Taco, which is a quick dry top coat. It's going to seal the manicure. It's going to make it longer lasting than if I didn't seal it. It's going to add that extra shine because like right now you can see the stamping itself is kind of matte and dull. Whereas the color itself, it's not super glossy, but it's not super matte either, right? So adding on the top coat is it's gonna really make it pop. And the fact that it's quick dry means in 15 minutes, even though it will not be dry all the way through every single layer, you need about 2 hours minimum for that. It will be dry enough that I can go reheat some Indian food. Yeah. It's pretty. Yeah. Leftovers. Tikka masala along with vegetable. Oh my god, pakoras are so good. I do actually have chicken tikka masala as my leftover from last night. What were the onion things we had, Seamus? They were like, it was like onion rings, but not, because they weren't in ring format and it's not the same kind of batter, but it was batter dipped onions that were fried. And then we had like 2 different dipping sauces, of which I don't know what they were. But the purple one was really good. Or at least purplish, like dark burgundy looking one. Fried onion petals, like a blooming onion but cut apart. Yeah. I just don't remember what exactly they're called. I also need to dispose of this tape so that it's out of my way. Forgot about that part. I feel like you're cheating because your dad's girlfriend is Indian. She's South Indian. She makes the best vegetable pakoras you've ever had in your life. And that lady has come over when you're sick and just dropped off tons of... Oh, that's so nice. It's chock full of like everything that's good for you. When I have a cough, I have, I mean, it's grocery store available. So it's not anything that's like a specialty shop version, but that doesn't necessarily matter, right? I get a turmeric ginger tea for when I have a cold with a cough, because turmeric tea is very good for helping to stifle coughing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Depends on how bad the cough is. But it always helps at least a little, and it's warming and it feels good. Like, there's nothing quite like having tea when you're sick. Yes, even with the top coat, clean your skin. You want to make sure that there's nothing that's going to cause the nail polish to lift back up, basically. Which can be a cause of a manicure that's not long-lived. She made us this really interesting blend of chai, but it has extra turmeric in it from when we have colds. Yeah, absolutely. That sounds delicious. Hi, Sparkly. How are you? Welcome in. I was lurking you. I mean, when you were playing with, Kissy, obviously. Because I stuck that clip in the EBGG Discord. But I think earlier today, last night, something like that. I don't remember. Time is blurring together. Yesterday was chaos. You saw that? Yeah, it was so funny. I'm doing good. I'm glad to hear you're doing okay. I love it when team members pop in. It warms my heart. I mean, it warms my heart when anybody's here. But since I was teamless up until a little over a year ago, it especially warms my heart when somebody I can call a teammate shows up. I don't know if I ever properly expressed this to any of you guys, but getting into EBGG was just like such a moment for me. Because I know sometimes I'm not the best at expressing my excitement and whatnot, right? But like I knew about EBGG very early on in my streaming career. So getting into the team, that was the first team I knew of ever on Twitch, was very exciting to me. Was the first one I ever knew of. Yeah. Big hearts, Sparkly. So that's one thing you've noticed how the holidays blends together. Yeah. It really does. But time for me in general tends to blend together. Which, again, I'm getting tested for ADHD. It could be part of that. It could just be that that phenomenon where as you get older, it's harder to keep track of time because of relativity. But it also could just be that I have a bit of time blindness. Could be a bit of time blindness. Alas, alas. Yeah, no, I first learned about EBGG through Doodle Bob Johnson, and I know he's not on the team at this point. I don't know what the history is, and I'm not going to ask. But when I was playing a lot of DVD, I ran into him because he was a DVD streamer, and then I learned about Everbright Global Gaming because of him, and I enjoyed the team from there. Yeah, like, this was my dream team. I thought for a little while it would be Midnight Society because I was getting into horror games, but then I also was doing like the nail art and stuff and realized that Midnight Society wouldn't be a good fit, and I went right back to if only EBGG. So I would further learn about EBGG because Gremlin and Make It Rain are in Midnight Society, and Gremlin especially was just like, he's a doll. Grem is a doll. I love Grem to absolute pieces, and he had put out a tweet. God, this has to be at least 2 years ago now. He'd put out a tweet of, if you could collab with anybody, who would it be? And he was one of the people I would have loved to collab with, and when I mentioned that, he was like, well, DM me, we'll make something happen. And I was like, what? And so when I realized that he was both Midnight and EBGG, I specifically asked him, and I asked Vin, because I later learned about him being in EBGG, if they knew when applications would be open, because I checked like damn near monthly on the EBGG website to see if there was an announcement for applications, that applications were going to open up. Like I was very, very hopeful. So getting onto EBGG was, it was such a good moment for me. So I'm diagnosed with ADHD, and yes, it's 100% a side effect, but you've seen it in neurotyp. Yeah, and it can. Totally. Oh, your heart. Hi, Kissy. So, so far with the appointments, the first one is just the interview stage. It's just the interview stage in, getting to know who I am as a person, answering questions that are going to help them with the diagnosis. Appointment number 2 is this Thursday, where I will be starting part 1 of 2 of questionnaires and tests. So far so good. Hi, Kissy. Yeah, I don't think I've ever talked at length about EBGG like that. But it was and is like where my heart belongs at this point streaming. I feel very much at home in EBGG, even if I'm too shy to talk in most people's streams. I just lurk. I'm a chronic lurker, and I only jump into the VCs like on occasion when there's like 3 people in there. But again, as I learn more about myself, I may do better about that. I've been listening to Vin Zhang. I'm horribly mispronouncing it. I think he's either Korean or Vietnamese. I forget which. I think he grew up in Britain. Doesn't matter. He's a YouTuber who does stuff about being a better communicator and using your voice more and introducing yourself into conversations so that it's not awkward and you can talk with anybody and whatnot. So I'm hoping that some of that, like having the frameworks and stuff a little better memorized that he's teaching, will make it easier for me to just jump into a VC and hang out with people that I don't know, because I won't feel as awkward. You're a big time lurker? Yeah. Lurking's perfectly reasonable. It is. It totally is. It totally is. Because lurkers are the backbone of Twitch. They really are. Yeah, I think the one and only time thus far outside of Tech Talks or whatnot that I've jumped into VC was when it was Kissy and Rev. I know for sure we're there. And I think Biblio is there too. Speaking of lurkers, there's the one with it in her name. Hi, Bean. Welcome back. Yeah, I feel eternally blessed to be a member of EBGG. And like, I love being a member of Set the Tone as well, but Set the Tone is a very different kind of stream team. Because Set the Tone was created as a group of friends. Like, it's not anything beyond that. We do team events and we have fun and we chill and, you know, have good laughs and whatnot, but it's different from getting onto EBGG or Midnight Society or Haunted Inc. or the CEO of Screams and stuff like that, right? It's just a group of friends. Having a stream team is very different from an organized stream team. So I don't even put them in the same category per se, and that is why EBGG is like the stream team. And I love them. I love everybody on that team. I've not had a bad encounter. And I don't see drama between the members of EBGG, which is nice. I'm sure that there are people in there that, you know, don't care as much for each other or what have you, because there's over 100 members on EBGG, and I don't expect every single one of them to, like, perfectly get along, I guess. But they don't air their dirty laundry in the team either. Like, they're adults. And it's refreshing because, well, let me tell you what, I have seen some shit on Twitch, and I have heard of the drama, and I have sat with friends who are embroiled in random Twitch drama, and I'm just like, thank goodness I'm not embroiled in any of that. I can just enjoy my quiet, peaceful existence on Twitch. Drama-free. No drama. No drama llama. Because, yeah, like, for example, one of my friends, love them dearly, is in the PNG VTuber space, and oh my goodness gracious, some of the things they tell me about from that space, I'm just like, who would want to bother with that? Like, oh my gosh. And I also know I can talk about this one a little bit more publicly because she's made it public. Kitsu, who's just rebranded to Kitsu After Dark. She was Kitsu Samurai, and before that, Kitsune Samurai. She has recently gone from being a VTuber to using a face cam. I don't like the term flesh tuber, so I will not use that. But she moved away from the model to the live person. And a lot of people that she thought were her friends in the VTube space that she's collabed with in the past and done things with do not want to hang out with her anymore because she has gone away from VTubing. And I think that's sad. And also, like, just petty in a way. And I cannot imagine that kind of, like, it's a form of drama, right? It's a form of drama. I cannot imagine getting embroiled in that. Flesh tuber as a joke, that does help. But it's still just, like, it's such a creepy term. Flesh tuber is such a creepy term. Carrie, hello, welcome in. How are you? Beyond sad, it's just dumb. Yeah, I don't understand it. The VTube community can be something. Yeah, and I don't get it. And I feel like, obviously, there's drama in any space because humanity. But I really feel like the VTube space has the corner market on it sometimes. There they are, you guys. Look at that. You can't see the pink as well in some of it, but I really love it on I'm Over Brew. Like, I should have just done all of my fingers that color. That is such a good combo. It's so good. And it's so bright on the yellow. Like, you almost can't see the purple. I really like them. You're not. Sparkly definitely uses, I think it's a PNG model. But I don't know if I should be doing this, but I put VTubing and PNG tubing like in the same space because it's animated representation of self versus physical representation of self, is kind of how I split it in my mind. So I know Sparkly uses a model. Kissy, when she streams, because Kissy is a streamer, don't let her tell you otherwise, she uses a model. I'm trying to think who else in here. A gift tuber, but you call yourself a VTuber. Yeah, and I feel like it's the same thing. You love the pink to red shift. Thank you. Shh. I will not shh, Kissy. Exactly. Shout her out, Seamus. Shout her out. He'll hear me eventually. Or Carrie. Carrie could do it too. I got some mods. They'll do the thing. Kissy has no power here for now. Bean uses a model. I'm just scrolling back in chat so that I can see. There we go. Stardew Valley. Although last night you were playing Back for Blood, I think it was, with Sparkly. I think that's what you guys were playing. Which looks interesting. It looks interesting. Suspenders uses a model when Suspenders has the opportunity to stream. Oh, hello, Vertigo. That's better. So yeah, there's a lot of people in my chat that use models. A lot of people. You were spicy, Sparkly. You were spicy, Sparkly. Until Sparkly said that we could bang you. Even face cam streamers should have a PN. You know, and that's fair, Opal. That's fair. I'm not gonna lie, I have sort of been working on a model for myself for those days, but at the same time, if I'm really feeling that low key that I don't want my face on stream, I usually just cancel stream because I don't think if I can't get the energy up personally, this is very personal. I don't judge anybody else for the decision that they make, but me personally, if I can't get the energy up to use a face cam, I probably don't have the energy to actually stream. So I just don't. Try to use your face cam once a week, spoon depending. Yeah. And having enough spoons to do it is a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I'm going to bring us back over to cam time to where I'm big so that you can see the glorious Skittle rainbow in its entirety. Yes. Yes, they're so pretty. They're so pretty, even if it looks really creepy to have my fingers doing this. For a lark, yeah. And I mean, if you felt more comfortable coming back to the streaming space as a PNG person, Seamus, I like go for it. Go for it. You don't want people to see your face, and that's totally fair. I'm pretty sure Moon Bunny also uses a model because she doesn't want people to know her face. And I know remaining relatively anonymous on the internet is a very important part for people. I don't blame them. The internet is a wild place, and there are just as many weirdos as there are normal people, and it only takes one bad weirdo to ruin it, right? And I don't want anybody to feel like they're in danger because they have to show their face or something. Toggling it as a redeem, that'd be funny. Tuber model and non-cam streams are legit options. They 100% are, Kissy. I love having the option of hitting your PNG tuber model. Your PNG tuber model is so good, Fool. It's so good. It really is. Fool's model at one point, he does this thing where he wears an entire green screen suit and he becomes what he calls a boo tuber. So the only thing that's on screen is like his head. And we realized on the last stream that he did this, that he's literally his PNG model. It was so good. Your fiance is extremely talented. Pei is an amazing artist. I'm glad you made it home to say hi too, Carrie. I have no idea how long we'll sit and chat here. Like, we've been actually having really good chats lately, and I've been enjoying it, and I'm not going to interrupt it if I can help it. You like having horns? Yes. I love, too, that with PNG models and VTube models, you can literally be whatever you want. You want rabbit ears? You can have rabbit ears. You want elf ears? You can have elf ears. You want to have a third eye? You can have a third eye. You want to be a cyclops? Go for it. You can be a dragon or a potato, like anything you want. The imagination can run wild. It was crazy. It was crazy good, Fool. I started out as a no cam, no tuber streamer, and then you started using your face cam but had a chatter call you fat, so you went back to, oh my god, that's terrible, Sparkly. And that's what I'm saying about the internet being wild. Like, people can be so cruel. They have no right. They can be so cruel. 3D is way easier than people think. It is. It is, especially with things like Vroid Studio. You can rig a model with little to no knowledge in Vroid Studio. You really can. You're a potato IRL. Oh, Seamus. Oh, Seamus. You're not. You're not that big of a potato. You think you are, but you're not. It's free. Yes, Vroid Studio is free on Steam, and there are so many tutorials out there on how to work it. And Booth has Booth also has a lot of free assets. And the ones that are paid, honestly, a lot of them aren't that expensive. You can get some stuff for like $2 or $3. You might eat an edible so you can be a baked potato. Oh my god, Seamus. My fiance, ladies and gentlemen, is full of dad jokes. Yeah, Vroid is what I've been playing with to work on, like, making myself a model. I made Chesney a model at one point when she was dabbling in it. And like you, Sparkly, I started off as no cam, no model as a streamer, and I actually made it a gimmick because I was still waiting to save up the money to get a webcam. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to start streaming before I had a webcam. I made it a gimmick that I would not show my face on stream until I hit affiliate. And I hit affiliate in under a month. Like, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And then I, as promised, put my face on stream, and it's been that way ever since. Prices are in yen, but the conversion is roughly 100 yen is $1. Yes, that is roughly what the conversion is. I love the little potato emotes, Carrie. You heard potato. Yes. You heard potato correctly. You did. You did. Yeah, so I really love that this is an option, because I truly feel like when I started streaming, and it may have been the same for you, Fool, because I started in 2021, 22? I think February 22 is when I started. Like, PNG and VTubing weren't really an option. It was no cam or cam, and there was no in between. I really feel like the VTubing and the PNG tubing have come around in the last 2 years. I've really seen it like pop up. You haven't paid for anything on your model. I love that. I love that for you, Opal. You have a lot of potato options. Hell yes. Hell yes, Carrie. We need all the potato options. Potatoes are very important. They are the ultimate vegetable. Because, I mean, they can be fried, baked, smashed. You can put them in a salad, because potato salad is amazing. I haven't had it in forever, but potato salad is amazing. And they make alcohol. Like, vodka is made from potatoes. Millions of Irishmen can't be wrong. Right, exactly. You do have to credit the artist, and that's fine. Like, I have no problem with giving credit where credit is due for that. Because if somebody's kind enough to just let me use their assets for free, you're damn right I'm going to credit them. I actually, in my panels down below, I have purchased some of my emotes off of Etsy. And anywhere I've purchased, it's down there if I bought from somebody specific. Because I'm not going to gatekeep that. But I also want to promote artists doing art things. Right? So I try to always have that credit. That accreditation, and where possible, because you can accredit artists to emotes, I try to do that as well, but they have to have a Twitch account to credit them on Twitch. Just fine. You will sing the praises of 404.exe. Everything they make is super high quality, gorgeous, and free. I love that. They came out great, Nova. Look at this. Look at how pretty they are. Yeah, they're super pretty. They're super pretty when, you know, Obsbot wants to focus on them. I really especially love this one, if you can see the coloration. Yeah, you commissioned yours on Fiverr. Fiverr's a great way to do it too. You just gotta, now more than ever, you gotta be careful to get an actual artist on Fiverr, because there's a lot of people out there claiming to be artists. Usually they're the bots that come into chat or message you on Discord that are just using some AI assets and slapping things together. And that's why we saw a spree of avatars that all look exactly the same. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. And you got to be careful on Etsy too for the same reason. There's just, it's invading. Generative AI can suck it. Yep. In this space where things are paid for, yes, 100%. 100%. Don't care for it. Not one bit. I'm taking a look, by the way, at the same time at my list of who's doing stuff and things, because we are going to have to eventually say goodbye, because I am going to have to get food. So I'm just trying to decide where I want to go. My nails should be dry enough now that I can type without issue. I get my keyboard to come forward. Suck these nuts, since Bubbly doesn't seem to be here. Yeah, Bubbly will be around. Bubbly will be around. I have faith. But yes, that is exactly what Bubbly would say. Bubbly would tell him to suck these nuts. Twitch.tv/team/EBGG. Let's see what my teammates are up to tonight. Because I try to follow as many as I can, but obviously Twitch does dumb shit sometimes, and either A, unfollows you, or B, doesn't show you all of your followers in your little sidebar for what they're doing. Which is very rude. It's very rude. What is this person doing? Okay, we got that. I'm also, I'm trying to find somebody that's doing something a little bit more, low-key, because obviously this is a very chill stream, so I don't want to dump you into, screaming in Dead by Daylight necessarily. I think the AI movement will generate a good counter movement. One of, hey, this content is 100. That would be nice, Dova. That would be nice. Art streams are fairly popular. Yeah, you can literally watch the artist draw 100%. I love a good art stream. Especially when I'm trying to get stuff done, I will go into art streams a lot. A lot. Ooh. Ooh, I think I know where I'm gonna bring us. I know where we're gonna go, because this is a game that I eventually would like to play. I just don't yet. I need to hit a little button here first, because I forgot to hit that button or I got unfollowed. We're gonna go say hi to Lady of the Drow. I'm assuming it's a she with the word lady. I shouldn't assume, but she also has woman in her tag, so we're gonna go with she. Currently playing Valheim. Art isn't a skill, it's a human behavior along with singing. Absolutely, Opal. Absolutely. But they just ended. Yeah. Sometimes it can be hard. If Sylphie was on, I would definitely bring you guys there. And if Pay streamed their art, like, I would bring you there. But Lady of the Drow is currently playing Valheim. And it's a, like, survival builder crafter, but I don't know. I feel like those are kind of, like, they can be chill. And it's an EBGG teammate. I've never raided there before. So we're going to go meet a new friend. We're going to go meet a new friend. We're going to go say hi to Lady of the Drow. I am going to make myself some glorious leftovers because I'm super hungry. And I'm also snoozing ads at this point. And I don't, like, it's a personal preference. I don't want to run ads and then chat with you guys for like 10 minutes and be like, and now we're raiding. It just, it feels yucky to me. So if you're not already, Discord. Discord is a great place to hang out with us. We chat. I've got some self-care sections. I have my baking section. You get to pick which sections show up for you. But most importantly, it's the best place to find out what my schedule is going to be with timestamps that will convert to your time zone personally so that you never have to miss a stream that you don't want to miss. And it's also a great place for me to announce that, oh, hey, by the way, I screwed up my timing and I'm going to be late. Like, I forget to announce it on my socials, which Seamus has kindly shared as well. I never forget to post it in Discord. So Discord, highly recommend. Socials, definitely recommend. If you're subscribed, you're going to get to use the first raid message with the mandalas. If you are not subscribed, then the second one with the cute little hearts is for you. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me while I painted my nails and vibing and chatting and just, you know, generally doing all of the things. I really appreciate it. Whether you chat, lurk, subscribe, follow, raid, just poke in with one emote here and there. However you've chosen to be here, you did choose to be here. And that matters to me because this community wouldn't exist if you didn't make that choice. So thank you very much for that. I will be back Wednesday. Wednesday is Phasmophobia. And since we stopped dropping frames, we should continue to not drop frames. Nell's Diner releases on Tuesday. I need a shout out for DeFool real fast. DeFool is an official Phasmophobia content creator. He's been here in chat. He gets early access to Nell's Diner. So if you're looking to see what it looks like prior to it being a thing that you get access to on Tuesday the 11th, he gets access Monday the 10th. Give him a watch. Go follow him 100%. I'll be lurking. I'll be lurking. Bye, suspenders. Good night, Opal. So if you're curious, and he's also one of the places you can be at that you can get the shiny foil card that has animation. But Wednesday, you and I can check it out together. Can't wait for Nell's Diner, so I'll see you guys then, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, friends. Make sure you take a moment to practice some self-care. Look yourself in the eye and in the mirror in the eye and tell yourself that you love you because you matter. Bye!